you a night owl, then Late Night Love is a place for you. Since life is negative enough, here we discuss everything love, what we love, who we love, and why we love. So join us on Saturday nights at 11:30 p.m. Pacific Time, and please remember, love everybody. And welcome everybody to this week's stream of consciousness down the river of love that we call Late Night Love. I'm gonna have to watch some of those old WKRP things and see how and see how Venus Flytrap used to do it. He had great intros to his things.
Yes, he did. I remember that. WKRP in Cincinnati. I remember that show. I love that show.
The Venus Flytrap. They would cut to his intros, and he would have great little intros. And so,
welcome, my babies.
Yeah, it was great. Welcome, my babies, through the love.
And he'd have candles and incense going.
Maybe that's what we need. We need some candles with some incense. Of course, I can't have stuff with strong scents because it kills my things, but I'm sensitive, which is so weird. Why am I sensitive to smell?
You're a sensitive soul. You're sensitive. You're a delicate flower.
That's what she said.
That doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't. We are here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're here for another trip down what we call Late Night Love, where we spend some time in self-examination, learning how to love ourselves, love our partner, love the world around us, and, hopefully bring a bit of love to the strange times we are living in. If enough of us try to put more love into the world, we can only get more love into the world. There's no way to do it but than to do it. Now, is there?
Put it out there.
If everybody tries a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit of love over the course of time can move mountains.
Yes, it can.
I think that's what we're trying to talk about today and tonight. And we have to start a little fun before we get into deep conversation. I got myself into trouble recording these daily doses, which you guys will see after we re-record it. One of the few times we're going to go re-record
because you stepped in it, mister.
So,
we're gonna do it. Screw it. We're gonna do it live.
It was live the last time. You can go watch the recording of the thing. It's on there.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we don't delete anything.
We did live stream.
Yeah. No, yeah. I take my lumps. It's all right. So we're gonna take them again because I have a funny feeling that, despite the fact that now I know what not to step in, I'll find something else because
it's a love story.
It is. Well, it's a lust story. This is true.
Okay, so maybe we should actually introduce the topic before we start talking about it.
So I'm going to introduce this one. The question is Titanic a love story? And my answer was not really. No, there was no love involved there. That wasn't love.
They were falling in love.
No, they were falling in lust. She was slumming and he was pitching above his station, and they all had a great time until the boat sank and he froze to death because she wouldn't put his ass on the door.
They couldn't both fit on the door.
They could have both fit on the goddamn door.
No, they couldn't. They showed that in the movie.
They could bang in the car. They could lay on each other in the door.
No, there was too much weight. It was sinking.
Yeah, but I would have tried.
They did.
No.
It's in the movie. It was a heartbreaking scene.
It was a heartbreaking scene. Well, first of all, I think we need to understand this is a movie. Because the whole thing that brought the whole question up, is it a love movie, a love story, is because that's what she remembered on her deathbed. That's the story she was recounting on her deathbed. And it's like, who in the hell will recount that story on their deathbed? They're not going to think about the future of their grandchildren or any of that kind of thing. They're going to recount the story of the time they banged some guy in a car on a boat before it sank.
He was the love of her life.
No, he wasn't. He was the love of 3 days of her life.
Yes, he set her free.
Did she really get set free?
Yes, saved her in every way that a human being could be saved.
How?
I don't know. That's just a quote from the movie. That's what she said.
Well, what happened to her after she got rescued off of her board?
She went on and became an actress. She settled down and had kids. She traveled. She had grandchildren.
But what makes you think she wouldn't have done that anyway?
Not if she would have gotten married to that lout.
She was clearly a strong enough willed woman to go slumming on a boat with the people from Stewage.
He would have never allowed it. He was even critical of. He wanted to watch what she read.
She was on a boat in a confined area. If he wanted to watch what she was doing, he would have been watching what she was doing. He clearly didn't give two flying craps enough to pay attention to her. Otherwise, he would have been.
Well, he set his personal bodyguard to look for her. He wasn't going to go look for her.
That's my point.
himself.
She'd have bailed on him anyway. She'd have bailed on him the minute the boat landed. The first opportunity she had. That's what she was looking for.
Her mother was guilting her.
Yeah, but then she's
what are we going to do? Make dresses?
Yeah. You've been making dresses this long. You're going to keep making dresses. I'm going off and becoming an actress and all that other kind of crap that she ended up doing anyway.
That's how he set her free.
I'm saying she would have set herself free anyway because somebody else can't set you free. You can only set yourself free.
She would have gave her the key and she put it in the lock.
That's what we're calling that now?
Stop it. You're so bad.
It wasn't a love story. That's really my only point. It was a love story, but it's a movie. If she's sitting there at her deathbed and recounting, says, "I wonder what my grandchildren are going to be like," and I hope everybody's fine, and I hope Jenny gets over her depression and all the various things that normal human beings will think about as the approach to the end of life. He wouldn't have a movie. So, I'm just saying. But, from a movie standpoint, it's, she's actually not, it's not a love story. I just don't personally find it. It's a lust story and it's kind of cool and all that, but it's not a love story. But, you know me, I don't like it when people start falling off and smashing into the propellers and stuff. I kind of have to turn shows off. I don't like that kind of thing. I relate too much. I get too empathetic, even the fictional characters on TV.
I understand.
So
I'm that way with news. I can't watch the news.
I probably should have never watched The Exorcist as a child.
Oh my God, me neither. I was 13. It scarred me for life. I was so
God, if you were 13,
scared.
how the hell old was I when I saw it? Jesus criminy.
You must have been a little guy.
Well, but I probably saw it on reruns on TV or something.
No, I saw it in movie theater in Denmark. My uncle thought he was being cool, taking me there.
Well, 13, depends. That's where you find out if you like horror movies or if you don't. Oddly enough, I was just on a political game show earlier today, and one of the girls who was on the thing, and she kicked our ass, by the way.
Did she?
Yeah, she kicked the living crap out of all of us. It wasn't even close.
That's fucking great.
And so, yeah, so she rules the government again. What the hell were we talking about? Oh, horror movies. She likes the classical horror movies, and that was her point. She says, when you find out, that's when you kind of find out whether you like that kind of thing or whether you dive into the twisted, wonderful world of watching mass murder or whatever the hell, masochism or what the hell that she said.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, this is true. You've got people who like that kind of thing, and you've got the rest of us who don't. And no being judgy. It's just Entertainment is entertainment.
It's entertainment. Right. I can't. I over-identify.
Yeah, I can't read Stephen King, but lots of people like him. Who's for me to judge?
I'm still afraid of, things underneath the bed. So, Fuck it. It's terrible. I can't leave my foot off the side of the bed when it's dark outside.
Look, Grandpa gonna come reaching, grabbing you.
Unless you got the blanket tucked around, and they have to respect the sanctity of the blanket.
You won't respect the sanctity of your house, but they're going to respect the sanctity of your blanket.
That's the under the bed monster rules. I don't make it up.
Apparently you do.
Everybody noticed this.
Yeah, he's going to eat me if I get out of the bed, but as long as I'm under the blanket, it's fine. A big magical blanket, right?
Yeah,
$10.99 Walmart blanket. It's magic.
It's the sanctity of the blanket.
Sanctity of the blanket. Because these monsters have rules. He must obey them. Because that's how these things work. You guys are killing me over here. Okay, so we've decided the Titanic isn't a love story. It's a lust story.
No, you decided. I said it's a love story.
Yeah, but this is a dictatorship, right?
Psh.
You must respect my authority.
Here's your authority.
Hey. Hi. How rude. That was rude. And they can't even see it.
Want me to do it again? I'll do it for the camera.
You promise? Not what I meant. But
this is what I think of your authority.
Jeez. I do control the board. Let's see. If I turn it off, then I have to turn myself off, and I'm a little vain to turn the camera off of myself.
Because if you have authority, then that means I get sometime, and I'm never allowed to have authority. I'm not even allowed to have a whistle.
No, I'm not giving you a damn whistle, but you can do whatever the hell you want. What more authority do you need?
No, authority over you to tell you what to do.
No, hell no. I do what I want.
See, that's not a dictatorship. When do I get to be dictator?
You can do what you want too.
No,
you just can't tell me what to do when I want.
No. That's not how dictatorships work.
You're not the California government. You can't tell me what to do.
No.
All right. So, what was next on our list?
When should you shut your mouth?
About 20 minutes ago.
No, that's the next question.
That's the next question. What time? How long have we been live? 12 minutes, 13 minutes, about 10 minutes ago is when I probably should have shut my mouth. Okay. Wait a minute, you dropped from sitting here me crying because I'm laughing so hard to actually asking a serious question, man. That's not fair. Do we have something in between? How can you use playful history and self-analysis? Oh man.
There we go. I thought that was I saw that one. I thought that was kind of deep. I didn't think you'd want to go into that.
Well, at least I can start laughing.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to hear about this.
Well, when you're engaging in self-analysis, it can very often be a difficult process because what you end up doing is you're nitpicking yourself to death, and it's necessary because you have to find out where you like yourself, where you don't, which parts of your flaws you can accept, which parts of the flaws you need to work on, what's the priority of them. And, you need to kind of continuously do this. But if you do that overly seriously all the time, you're going to beat yourself up. You might, no one's better at beating you up than you. And so you have to be playful with it. It's like comedians. You think of it like a comedian. A very good comedian can go up there and give hardcore social criticism for an hour and a half and have people crying. They're laughing so hard while he's criticizing their cultures or their, the flaws in the culture, their flaws in society, the maybe flaws in their personality quirks. But you're rolling laughing because he's doing it in a way that is both deep but connecting. It becomes a connection. It's a shared experience. It's this shared knowledge that, yeah, all right, we're all kind of stupid. And so, in a sense, you want to do that with yourself. Use humor and playfulness as a way to bridge the gap between the serious, hard work that was required to become a better, more fulfilled human being. But part of being a more fulfilled human being is not always taking yourself so seriously, but still learning from it. And that's the trick. So you have to do it seriously, but it doesn't have to be brutal.
Right.
And so, you can have some fun with it. You can have, I fail to meet my own goals on a continual basis. Yeah, that's okay, but I stand up and keep trying. It's being a little playful. I don't mind getting dirty because I know how to stand up. The joke I make is I don't mind the trips to hell because I know the way back. It's just a metaphor for being that I know how to self-examine myself, and so now I'm comfortable with the trip back. But it's a metaphor for how difficult that experience is, but I have learned how to do it without brutalizing myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I acknowledge I can send myself to my own personal hell, but I know the way back because I've been there enough times. I've gotten out enough times. So now I'm comfortable with the trip.
Mm-hmm.
So I can joke about it. I've created a joke out of it, but it's also a serious topic. It's a serious mindset that, yeah, I know sometimes I have to take myself to my own personal hell to come out the other side a better, stronger, more competent human being. But by being able to joke about it, is able to express it. I'm able to come on here and we're able to talk about it without becoming all morose and down and just kind of beating myself up for all the times I don't succeed in being the human being I am. And if you only take stock of yourself at the low points, and all you're going to see is your low points, you've got to remember to take stock of yourself when you're not at your peak, but during the climb. Take a stop, take a breather, turn around and say, yeah, hey, I'm come a long way. The kind of
see the progress.
Yeah.
Acknowledge
your progress, have some fun, then you look up, you laugh, God damn, it's a long way to go. And sometimes you're gonna fall and well, that hurt. It's gonna suck climbing back up. But you do it with a little bit of laugh. You kind of examine yourself and you figure out how not to do it again. Because it's a hard enough trip. Why you want to make it harder on yourself?
Really?
Self-improvement is a difficult task. And the habit is for us to be very, very hard on ourselves. And if we're not mindful.
That can be a big pit you can fall into, and it's hard to get out of.
Well, that's how you end up in those depressionary cycles. You go with the good intentions of working on yourself, but you don't balance the self-criticism with realistic expectations.
Okay.
Life's funny. Life has barriers. And when you're in a downward spiral, small barriers become huge. And so you have to be kind to yourself. You have to acknowledge these barriers. You have to acknowledge that, wow, I slammed into that wall hard. That's going to leave a mark, a psychological mark, and it will. But you can't get stuck there. And you're going to have to, learn to laugh about it so it becomes a war story instead of a tragedy. It becomes something you can laugh about over around a campfire type thing, rather than something you have to continually go over with your therapist. I have enough of that. I don't need to add to it. So if I can preventative maintenance and go at these problems with the positive mindset, if I can learn to laugh at myself, if I can, while still learning, then you've done something. And so that's all when you're talking about using playfulness. It's just a reminder to, be your own comedian. Criticize yourself, but do it in a way that makes you laugh, that makes you lighter, makes your burden not as heavy. It's don't beat yourself up because who you're trying to beat up. You're beating yourself up. Don't do it.
That's not being kind.
No, why? What, you're gonna punch yourself in the face because
you're not moving as fast as you think you should be. Yeah.
Ask yourself, before you're overly critical with yourself, ask yourself, is it worth punching myself in the nose for it? And if your answer is no, well then don't. And quite frankly, if you ever say, I should probably punch myself in the nose for it, then you probably hurt somebody else, and then you should go make amends. Because then somewhere deep inside, you were being a butthead. That's really the only reason you should think about being violent toward yourself, is because you did something insanely stupid.
And have regrets.
Yeah, there's a regret. You feel like you should punish yourself because you did something. Now, you can be overly hard on yourself, and that's why you actually feel like you want to punish yourself. But we're not a therapist.
We're not therapists.
If you're getting that deep, you call a therapist. There's
something going on.
Yeah, there's $75 to $100 an hour. So find loved ones, do a GoFundMe, find your $100 and go get a decent counselor.
Because thoughts of harming oneself.
Yeah, even if if it's an occasional thing, I'm stupid, I deserve a punch in the nose for that one. That's one thing. But if you do it, if you're doing that on an occasional basis, you're having a serious issue. It's one thing, I was stupid, I deserve to be punched in the nose for that. That's one thing. But if you do that on occasion, or if you're go get some help, especially these days with the world so stressful and so divided. So just be careful. I didn't mean to use that metaphor and go someplace where I didn't really intend, but
no, but we ended up there.
Yeah, I didn't intend to get that deep on that. But we have to be careful. We have to be mindful of who might be listening.
Yes,
you never know. Which, by the way, we actually got over 1,000 listens now.
What?
Yeah.
We need to celebrate.
Ooh, all right. Sounds like fun. Okay, when should you shut your mouth? Is that the other one?
Yes.
All right, so now we can actually take it without me having to crack myself up before
Okay.
Because we did it the last time, right on the day when we did the daily doses, which is probably good for the daily dose because it made it funny. But when you say about 20 minutes ago, that's the same joke I used when we recorded it for the daily doses.
Did we?
Because we recorded it one after the other, and I stepped in it. So about 20 minutes ago is when I should have shut the hell up.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
Yeah, and so I used the same joke, but yeah, I'm sorry, I'm lazy. It's been a long day. I spent 2 hours on a game show.
Games? You've had a busy day today. Yes, and we're not done yet. We have tomorrow yet to go.
Yeah, but that's politics. So I don't want to talk about it here. Okay.
It's an event. That's all we need to say. We have an event to go to tomorrow, so it's not a relaxing weekend. It's been a busy weekend.
Yeah, and it's kind of a big deal. I'm at a presidential event, so a candidate event. The third party is still, but still, it's And
you're speaking.
Yeah, I always assume I'm not until they actually put me up there. just because of the way these things go, and I don't play well with inside the party. The National Party don't like me for some reason.
Gee, I wonder why.
But anyway, that's where.
Sorry, and we delved into politics. So when should you shut your mouth?
About 3 minutes ago.
About 3 minutes ago.
Well, the question is when you should shut your mouth. It kind of depends on the circumstances, but when what you say will cause more harm than good is a general rule of thumb to shut your mouth. And it doesn't mean you be dishonest, because we don't advocate that, but timing counts. Waiting until a more appropriate time. Now, if you keep pushing that appropriate time off, then you've got a different problem. But if someone is having a really bad day, their boss yelled at them and they had a flat tire on the way home, and they spilt coffee on themselves, that's not the day to give them bad news if it can be helped. Or not the day to lay something heavy on somebody. You may want to wait 24 hours.
Yeah.
And so in that case, it may want to shut up. But the other side of that is, if you've had a crappy day and you're on edge, you may want to learn to bite your tongue. Because your reaction may not be your genuine reaction. It could be a reaction based upon stress. Your body might be in fight or flight mode, and so you give a response that you wouldn't really give, and so you can end up being unkind. And so in that particular case, that's when you want to be careful about what you say and how you say it. I think these are and it also depends, I suppose, what stage of the relationships you are in. You don't always need to say everything. I mean, it's a delicate dance building a relationship or maintaining one, no matter whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship or family issues. These aren't universal values.
Okay.
I suppose.
Yes.
Is maybe I can't quite find the right word, but there's not even really a rule of thumb other than to mind your P's and Q's. If you know you're upset, if you know your partner's upset, be careful. Not because you're afraid. If you're afraid, then that's a different problem, but because you want to be kind. If you're afraid of upsetting your partner, you may have a different problem.
Well, that's my initial reaction. I don't want to upset you, but I know I'm being silly. But I still have to work my way through that. Come on now. He's always listened to you. What are you doing? Stop it.
Yeah, and well, the flip side of that is when, I guess what you're talking about is when not to shut your mouth. It's how do you know when it's, it's okay to speak. It's okay to talk to my partner. There's something bothering me. There's something deep that maybe in past relationships I wasn't allowed to bring up. And now I'm in a safe spot. I can talk about anything I want, and it's okay. There's no real judgment. There's no judgment. There's just discussion.
Yeah. Yes.
And if things become a circular discussion, we know how to short circuit it before it becomes an argument, because we're kind and compassionate and caring, and we don't want to argue.
No.
And so we know what leads to arguments. We know that it's usually not actually the discussion that's the argument. It becomes a circular thing and just builds up. You want to win rather than figure out what the heck is going on and a way through it. And so that's when arguments happen. I mean, discussions can get passionate, but they're still discussions as long as they're being productive. Something becomes an argument when they no longer are productive, when they're no longer valuable, when they're no longer moving things forward.
Yes.
And so as long as things are moving forward productively, then it's just a discussion. Maybe it's a passionate discussion, but it's a discussion. Yeah. And there's times when, you want to short circuit those passions because, maybe we're getting too passionate. It's not an argument, but maybe we're getting more passionate than this particular subject requires.
Time to take a break.
Let's go gain some perspective and we'll see each other later.
Let's put it on we haven't done that for a long time, but we have, okay, we're going to put this on a shelf for now.
Yeah. We're
going to revisit this at another time. This is not settled, but we're just going to take a time out here.
Yeah,
it doesn't impact our day-to-day lives, but it's still an issue.
Yeah, there's some issues that can't be resolved right away. So what are you just going to do? Continually fight about it?
Continually fight? Right.
Continue to argue
what
about
kind
it.
of life is that?
Yeah.
No, I'll bring it up every freaking day.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, why would you even want to live like that?
I don't want to live like that.
Yeah, that's not even the other person. Why would you want to live like that?
Right.
And if you're at that stage, then you should be thinking about something deeper. If you're the stage where you need to bring it up every day, you're feeling the need to bring the same thing up every day because you somehow think it's going to do something. You've either got a bad example of how relationships work, or your relationship is so broken it doesn't matter anymore, and then that's a different discussion. Yeah, not every discussion is pleasant. As much as we try to stay happy and pleasant here, not every relationship ends in roses.
No, indeed. I've had a few of those thorny thorns myself.
Most relationships don't end up, not working. There's nothing wrong with that. You're looking for someone who you want to spend the rest of your life with, and it's no longer in the days where you just need someone to help, scratch by an existence. You're in the days where you can scratch out an existence on your own. You don't technically need a partner to do it. It's easier if you have someone who you can work with and love and share and all that, but you don't technically need it anymore.
I need air. I don't need a partner.
Yeah. I know how to get through life without a partner. But,
right.
But, it's better with one.
It's better with one. Yes.
Despite all the complications, it's better with one. And it's not even close. And so, for me, I'm not making any judgments about what other people want to do. If you think single life is what's best for you, then by all means, have a single life. It's not my place to judge anybody.
No, each person has to decide.
Yeah, what the hell do I know? I can make decisions for my life because ultimately I'm the one who has to pay the consequences for them. But if I don't have to pay the consequences for how other people live their lives, I don't have any say in how they live it. Just don't hurt other people. That's kind of the only rule we've got around here is don't hurt other people.
Right.
No one gets to do that. And while the helicopter goes, we are going to take our break because it's about time for half. And we will see you guys on the other side. We're going to take, 10 minutes?
No, 5.
Oh, well.
We don't need 10 minutes. What do you need 10 minutes for?
Just to have some time. I'm going to have to go cut this when I'm going to take a break now and just cut it off and cut all this chatter off in the actual podcast episode. We were arguing how long we're going to take a break for the live show.
What do you need 10 minutes for?
So we can get stoned, really.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
All right, we'll spark it up. Come on, cut.
Oh
let's
wait,
cut
no
some-
wait. I'm gonna have to cut it at the break. So
All right.
So I'm just gonna have to look for a harder cut. All right. So hold on. Let me do. Wait. There you go. Microphones are still on though.
Microphones are stolen.
Somebody said to me, we. Hey, how am I supposed to park it up? Somebody said to me. Oh, I had a soda. God damn it. Corona.
No Corona. I still think we should play Queen.
My Corona. I can't play Queen while the microphones are on.
Why will we infringing on some kind of copyright or something?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it.
We are very careful about not breaking copyright rules because we can't afford it.
No.
Someone's watching as we're at the 12:15 mark as we're at halftime.
We're at halftime.
We're at halftime and it's the most viewers we get.
And they left.
Well, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They'll come back at 12:15 if they were here.
If they're interested.
Halftime back at 12:15.
Did we have anybody viewing?
I don't know. I haven't been paying
Earlier?
attention. I haven't been paying attention. Usually not. We may want to do it earlier.
What?
Move it to like 10:30.
Move it to 10:30? I'm down for that.
Let's see how it goes. We just guessed on what time would work.
I know you did. Symbolism. Huh, I still got it. Symbolism. Now I won't be able to say symbolism again. I got it. I got a letter.
That's what she said. Forgot.
Forgot I was here?
So used to just putting it down.
Yeah.
You can hear us creating coronavirus. Don't worry, we're just creating coronavirus. We're not like smoking pot or anything. That would be wrong.
That would be wrong.
Oh, I apologize. Maybe it was there. I caught that one right in the microphone. I'm gonna have to go through and cut all this out on the videos
Yes, you will.
if I ever get around to it. Okay. Oh, helicopter. See?
See?
It's justified. It's a helicopter. Let me turn this back on though. The helicopter justified the break because then it had to leave again.
Yes, it's a busy Saturday night, unfortunately. I
Yeah.
don't like carrying the life flights. I don't mind them, but I don't because somebody's getting help, but I sure as heck don't. Yeah, I hate that, there's somebody hurt in there.
Yeah, the noise doesn't bother me.
To be clear.
It's not the noise.
It's not the noise.
It's not the noise or being disturbed. It's that, something, because they don't use that for nothing.
No.
And so, yeah, that's the part that's hard for us. Okay, so let's just go ahead and officially come back.
Sure.
And that was another. Wait, that's only 30 seconds. When our actual podcast listeners are back for 30 seconds, they're only actually gone for 30 seconds. And I come back and redo an introduction like they've been gone for like an hour. And we've only been gone for 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Okay, let's just try this one again.
Okay.
Okay, we really do like using Anchor FM. It really makes it running a podcast easy. Just want to point that out.
It sure does.
Yeah, even you set the.
Even I set it up.
And this is Miss Technophobe over here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so scared of new technology.
There's a reason we only add one new thing every show, one new task every week. And some weeks we wait because the last one was more complicated. But we do it slow.
And now I've worked my way up. I can zip and set us all up. Can Anchor FM because it's that easy.
Yeah, it really is. Anyway, now as we give them a second commercial for free. All right. So what do we have left on our agendas today?
Well, we have 4 questions. I've been looking at them. I was wondering which one you'd like to take first.
No, which one you would like to take first?
Would you like to be famous in what way? I would not like to be famous. Heck no. I like my anonymity. Thank you very much.
There's a reason we call you Lubby.
What?
Well, so you can be anonymous.
Yes, there's a reason. I don't even go on camera. Rarely. Except when I'm being flippant. You know?
Even though you technically are a public figure.
Technically.
Because you're the secretary of the local party.
Well, if anybody wants to see me, they can come down to the Libertarian board when we have a board meeting, and I'm the secretary, and I'd be happy to greet you and give you a literature and talk to you about the Libertarian Party. Come on down.
Yeah, so you just kind of guaranteed that most people are going to stay away. So that's kind of cool. I just want to Hey, it was funny, man. You know me. Would I like to be famous? Yes, but only for my hair.
You are famous for your hair.
Well, yeah, in my mind, but come on, in reality, it's just the hair. The world is missing out on the hair, and so it would benefit
You
the
do
whole
have
world.
really great hair.
It would benefit the whole world. See, I've got it up today, but see, it would benefit the whole world to see it in its full glory. And you know what's actually most glorious about the hair?
What?
I have to do absolutely nothing to keep it as awesome, as great as it is. I just wash it every now and again. And I can wash it with whatever. I can wash it with hand soap. It doesn't care.
That's not fair. I have to be careful. I have to trim it.
I don't know when the last time scissors touched this. So for all of you guys, if you want to make my dreams come true, make me famous because of my hair, and we'll just be. The world will become a better place.
Because of the hair.
Because of the hair. How can it not? Have you seen this?
This is what I hear at 3:00 in the morning, people. This is what I have to listen to about the hair.
Yeah.
Yes, darling.
Oh, I'm just saying. And have you seen?
Yeah,
not
just
to get political, but have you seen Joe Jorgensen's husband's hair?
No, I haven't.
He's got great hair. It's almost as good as mine.
Almost.
It's almost as good as mine. Well, he's like a rock band drummer, so you know.
Oh.
Yeah, a hockey player and a rock band drummer. That's a much better first couple than whatever the hell swamp creatures have been inhabiting the White House the last, I don't know, 70 years, 80 years. I don't know how far back we want to go. Anyway, sorry. That was a diversion. Can't help myself sometimes, man.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we got the.
Okay, you get to pick the next one.
I get to pick the next one. I didn't. Okay, yes, I did. All right. Well, let's get a couple of these funny ones out the way. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be? I wonder if this. I want to go like superhero quality, or we want to be realistic.
Let's go superhero. Come on.
If I had one superhero quality.
Yes.
But I don't want a superhero quality. I just want knees that work.
That's a superhero at this point. Unfortunately.
I just want knees that work right. That's really all I want. Well, and I'd like my head not to get up. All right, so I'd like my superhero quality would be, having a working joints and head and thing. That's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple. Mm-hmm. Now, if I wanted to be funny about it, being Superman would be boring. Reading minds would be tempting, but
no,
I wouldn't be able to use it because I'm stupidly ethical. I couldn't even have fun with them like that. So what's the point of having it if you can't even be fun with it?
Be like Frozone.
Frozone?
Yeah, Frozone. Like ice. Skate on ice.
I don't like cold. I hate the snow. You're killing me over here. Maybe like the Flash or somebody might be all right. I guess. Maybe Green Lantern, but he needs a ring. I don't like wearing jewelry.
I wish if I had one more quality, I wish I was more energetic, more of a go-getter.
A bit more type A personality.
A bit more type A. I am not. I just, oh, God.
Yeah, I suppose maybe. But I don't know. I don't want to mess with the chemical reaction.
That's a delicate balance,
Yeah, because
I just want to on a little more on that side.
Yeah, just Just a little more natural get up and
Get
go.
up and go. Yeah, I
that's-
have to push myself.
That's more a little bit natural, more desire to kind of achieve whatever.
Yeah.
I can see it, but I don't know. The rest of the world would probably like that a bit more out of me. I'm not sure I would. We wanted to actually get realistic. Let's not get funny about the knees and stuff. If I want a bit more, if I could actually do anything, I would lose the anxiety disorder now. I want to keep the lessons I learned from having it my entire life, but I don't want it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned all what I need to know from it. It can't teach me anything anymore. It taught me a lot, in a sense, and so I've got a lot. In a strange way, I owe a lot to it. But I'm kind of done with it. Kind of had enough. I'm tired of the random bodies deciding it's fight or flight mode. And you're going, I ordered a hamburger. What do you want from me? Yes. I just want to eat my hamburger. Why are you pretending I'm going to die? The mind knows, but the body thinks. And unfortunately, when the body thinks you're in fight or flight mode, eventually the mind will follow if you don't short circuit it. So, yeah. That's the real danger. And that's what a lot of people who have anxiety disorders don't understand. Their body gets into fight or flight, and they don't understand it. And the next thing they know, it gets into their head. Their head starts believing they're in danger. And then you build the thought patterns. And it's that thought pattern that's insanely hard to break. So that's why it's so important to teach them early about what it is. If there's one gift I gave my daughter, it was that knowledge of what that actually was. So she didn't have to be tortured by it. She could put it in its proper place. She didn't create that secondary thought process. She still gets the anxiety thing, but she didn't create a secondary feedback loop. Yeah. She still has to deal with the anxiety disorder, but she doesn't have to deal with the, essentially self-created trauma. So, anyway, what the hell are we talking about? How did we get to that from ability? That was awfully deep for finding a kind of a superhero-ish type ability. Good Lord.
For what in your life do you feel most grateful?
Let's see. Hold on. Say which one of these you want to answer. How much time we got?
7 minutes.
No, we actually got 22 minutes because we got to go till 1 hour 15.
Why?
Because we had a 15-minute break or 10-minute break. Was it 10? It was a 10-minute break.
It was more like 10 minutes.
Yes, it was a 10-minute break, so it's a 1 hour 10.
All right.
So anyway, as we do our production line. So we got time for 2. Okay, so we've got time for both of them. Let's do grateful at the end.
All right.
Name 3. This one's for you. Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common.
We are very honest. We are committed. This is what we really wanted. We work hard at it. And love of family. Our family means a lot to us.
Okay, we work hard on ourselves. Both of us work hard on becoming better selves.
Uh-huh.
And, why we do it. We both actually do it for the same reason, but that's not kind of a superficial one. We both kind of do it because it makes, not just for ourselves, because we do it for our loved ones. It's not just myself that I try to improve every day. It's for our loved ones and our community and, all that kind of crap.
Yes.
So, that's one of the things we find in common. We like to laugh all day long. which for me is a really good thing because because otherwise I'd be in real trouble. If you couldn't stand the fact that I have lame jokes kind of all day long, it would, it just wouldn't work. So
it lights up my life.
So
some of them, every once in a while, it's constant. I can't keep up with all of it, but every once in a while, one of them, a really good one will rip one off. It cracks me up.
Volume. I go for volume.
Yes, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of it.
Yeah, and so the fact that it works, the fact that we enjoy that is, and that we're compassionate.
Yes.
We both show our compassion, not just towards each other, but to kind of the world and to ourselves and to our families and that whole. And we swear those kind of three qualities are in common because those are the, kind of the three biggest things I need. And so, of course, those are the qualities that I'm going to search for. And I suspect it kind of works the same way. Those are the three qualities you need. And so the reasons why they are the ones that, for you, are the ones we have in common. But as you notice, we both named three different things.
Yes. But all six are true.
Yeah. So, the same. It's interesting. We didn't see the same things. Well, the top three things. We weren't the same top three. But, it doesn't have to be. We don't have to share the same top. Our priority lists don't have to match, but the priority list doesn't have to match as long as the list is basically.
The list is the same.
Yeah, the order doesn't have to match as long as the list is the same.
What, you think I want to give you shit?
No. I think you're going to give me any crap over it. I was just saying it's interesting. I just found it interesting that we didn't have any of the same. It was just interesting. It wasn't it wasn't neither.
I hadn't even thought about that.
I just found it interesting that we both had three different things. I just found it compelling. That's a fairly deep concept that we both chose three different things. And if you kind of put a therapist, psychologist hat on it and kind of dig through, it makes sense. The things you need, the things I need to be most fulfilled are, the top three things.
Are the top three? Yeah.
Because if I had to put a cap on my humor, I wouldn't be who I am. As goofy as
how could you put a cap on your humor? You can't do that. You try sometimes and you can't.
Yeah. But you also put up with my quirks. Like, you can't take me into like a Whole Foods shop or something.
I was just thinking about that.
You can't take me in there because my humor.
Well, you're good until you come up and start humming Mary, singing Mary Had a Little Lamb in my ear, and I know it's time to get the flock out of there.
Oh, I'm done.
I'm done. I'm out of here. Let's go. Check out. Ding, ding, ding. Who's open? We got to go. Because it's going to start.
Yeah,
you shut your mouth for as long as you were gonna.
Well, it's like the gluten-free hand sanitizer was one thing, but when they sold gluten-free water, I just couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't take it. I saw the gluten-free hand sanitizer. I go, well, who the hell's eating hands gluten? And it was just kind of, okay, fine, whatever. And then you turn around, you look at the water, they wouldn't. Oh, son of a.
I don't even take you in there anymore. You notice we haven't gone in there in months.
It's been a long. Well, no one's been in there in months. Well, I suppose they've still been open, haven't they?
Yeah, of course they're still open.
But anyway, yeah.
But I don't take you in there. Anything considered natural or
I don't mind it being natural.
organic,
It's
or
when
I can't take you anywhere near
I
it.
don't mind the natural and stuff. I don't mind the organic stuff. Knock themselves out. It's no skin off my back. It's gluten-free hand sanitizer and water and that kind of stuff. And who the hell's eating hand sanitizer? And there's no gluten in water to begin with. Why the hell are they having to market it as gluten-free hand sanitizer? What the hell is wrong with these people? Anyway. It's freaking water. How is there gluten in water? How, it's like saying, hey, this is milk-free orange juice. Yeah, no shit. It's orange juice.
Milk-free orange juice.
I'm just saying. It's that kind of stuff. It's bad enough when you get it in the regular stores, but when you go into the organic things and everybody thinks they're all claiming to be more honest and things, and then you just gluten-free hand sanitizer and water. And I
Can't take you.
Okay. For what in life do you feel most grateful? As we kind of end the show on a final topic here.
Most grateful. My loved ones. Really. My loved ones. I'm so blessed. But on a larger scale, I looked at this and I was sitting here thinking, I'm grateful I'm an American. I was born and raised here, and I'm free to move about the planet, and
yeah, it's a cosmic roll of dice,
yes,
wearing.
I chat with a lot of people, and there are countries that are not doing so well in the virus. It's not good, and it's very scary.
Yeah. Well, it's many of these places where healthcare is scant to begin with. Those are the places that have trouble with these kinds of things.
Yeah.
So that's always sad.
I'm grateful for my health. Knock on wood.
I'm grateful, oddly enough, for the generations of family. The fact that we have a long-standing family ethic of taking care of family. And that, I didn't, not just because it benefited me, but because which it has in unspeakable ways, but because it gave me something more important than themselves to pass on to my children, something bigger, a thought, a philosophy towards life, something that's life isn't about them. It's about their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren, and they all kind of view that even as their young selves before they're even 30. They kind of have that perspective at such a young age. And the fact that, they had that instilled in them, because life could have gone completely differently. A small change in life ends up a vastly different place. And that generational ethic, family ethic, it didn't just rescue me, it rescued my children, which means it rescued my grandchildren. All that follows. There's the ripple effects of that are impossible to know. And, it's all my children included. It's not just, it's all my children. Even the ones I kind of picked up later in life. There was the one we had here for 9 months. after her, she needed someplace to stay
Yeah.
after graduation. We had a soldier here. Our adopted soldier was here for a year. This place has rescued many people. The ripples across quite literally the country. The positive ripple effects of that, are unknown. They can't be quantified. It's impossible to quantify.
Impossible to know.
It's impossible to quantify it. But if it hadn't been here, those ripples would be much different and most likely much worse. And so the love, caring, and understanding of specifically my grandparents and then the generations that have followed are rippling through quite literally space and time in ways that he couldn't have imagined. And I was grateful for the opportunity. And I hope that the efforts I try make it all worth it. There's parts of me that are honorable and ethical and all that, and it's all true. But there's parts of me that aren't as good as I would like to be. I probably should be a bit more type A personality, but I'm not. And that generational kindness, shall we say, has allowed me to do it. And I've hoped that we have been able to repay that, pay it forward, so to speak, into the world in ways that can't be measured. And I think that's what we should be leaving the show with, that, if we can leave the world a better place in ways that can't be measured, is there a way to express love any more than that? You just make the world a better place with nothing expected in return. Have no idea what it's going to look like whenever it rolls up on the foreign shore. But it's going to be better because you did it with love. You stepped carefully, kindness and compassion. And I think that's what this world needs right now. All of us to just start being a little more kind, a little more compassionate. Not just to each other, not just to other people, but to ourselves. Because the ripples of that extend farther. No, I can speak. Will extend much farther than all of us know. Thank you for spending your evening with us. I'm Jazz. That's Lubby. You can catch us at latenightLove.us. You can catch all the podcasts there. And we will be updating that after November. We do have a guest on Wednesday, I believe 10 o'clock, Love?
10 o'clock.
Eric Martinez of the podcast Practicing Symbol. Oh my God. Would you say that one, please?
Symbolism.
Good Lord, I'm going to have to practice that for this weekend. Practicing,
symbolism. Practicing symbolism.
Will be here with us on Wednesday for a special. So please join us for that. It should be interesting. You can go check them out on his Anchor FM or Spotify page. You can look them up. You guys are smart. We'll find a link. We'll post it for the show. We'll post the show early. So please join us there. Please look out for our daily doses. We post them every day on our podcast page, and then a week later we turn them into videos so they can go on to Facebook and YouTube. And the videos are just pictures of scenery we happen to have laying around. There's nothing special about any of them. We don't even choose which ones to put up based upon them. I literally just throw random.
We just throw random pictures up, man. Sorry.
Maybe in November I'll start paying more attention to that kind of stuff. but I doubt it.
Got it.
I love you all. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking the time. Please remember to love everybody. And we are out of here. Good night. See you next week.
Bye.
Oh, wait. Do we want to try 10:30 next week? Let's try 10:30 next week.
Let's try 10:30.
Next week. We'll see how that one goes. So
okay, sounds good.
we're going to go 10:30 next week. We'll leave a message on the webpage or something. Good night. We love you. Love everybody. Thanks for listening.